cross-legged feet with your right leg in front. Let's take the right leg in front. So thanks everybody for joining. I'm very pleased to be here. Lovely to see everybody. Thank you so much for supporting us. Every class, every day, we really are very grateful. It's lovely to see all of you. Let's close the eyes. Let your wrists settle on your knees. So as far forward as you can get your wrists, the hands like dangle down towards the floor. The fingers will dangle down. So this helps to lengthen the arms without too much work. And then start to find stillness with eyes closed. Broaden your collarbones. Relax your shoulders quite deeply. Let your awareness go from the shoulders to the upper arms, the forearms, to the fingers. Relax. And then let your sit bones sink a little deeper down into the floor. And try and relax your hips and your legs a little more. And then from the tailbone, trace your way all the way up your spine. And from your inside, grow a little taller up into the crown. And lengthen. Feel that alignment. Now start to drop the chin down towards the collarbone. And as you inhale, take it up to your right and all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, go left and down. And continue like that. The inhale is right and up. And exhale left and down. You might find that your circles are quite small. That's fine. Don't push it just yet into these massive circles. And start to deepen your breath, which means you'll slow down your movement quite a lot. And as you find yourself in this movement, we're looking to withdraw from the world, from the place that you're practicing in. Withdraw your energy from the people in the other room. The next time you bring your chin down, change direction. Allow your full focus now to turn inward so that your breath and your body and your vibration have your full attention, your full focus. Slow down your circles until you find yourself stopping. And the nose will point straight ahead. Start to open your eyes. Take the fingers to the floor next to you and lengthen your arms again. Keep the collarbones broad. I'm going to mirror you. Raise your right arm. Let it be soft. And lean to your left. And your left hand is flat. And then take your chin over your left shoulder and look to your hand. You can bend your arm a little more. Then look straight ahead again and bring your right shoulder armpit forward. So you stretch the back on the right side and then start to place your hand towards your right diagonal. So one hand to the left of your right knee. Walk your other hand so that it's more to the right of your right knee and of your left knee, and then keep walking forward. So You're folding your body over your thigh. Drop your right shoulder. Yeah. Use the hands and gently pressurize them down and forward to get your right sit bone a little more down. So some of you might feel the connection of the belly to the thigh. Maybe you don't. It's probably all coming from the hips. So on the back. And then we're going to come back the way we went in. So bring your left hand back to next to your body. And draw your right arm back to your side bend. And then let's come up and change sides. As you put pressure in your right hand, let the left sit bone get a little more grounded. Let your chin drop to your right shoulder, look down to the side. From the side bend, wrap that top arm forwards, the shoulder comes forwards, the armpit wraps. And then make your way down, your hands now kind of framing the front of that right knee, and give this some time as you walk a little further forward. Drop your left shoulder, drop your left armpit. Keep weight in the left sit bone. And then coming back, right hand close to the leg. Bring your left arm over your ear and come all the way up. Let's change the cross in the legs, and you can find yourself in a forward fold. Make your way down, forward, down, forward, long, down, more forward. And as you find yourself dropping your head, bow to your body and all that it has been through today, yesterday, last week, the last few weeks, the last few months, and maybe way, way, way back. Deepen your breath. Some of you might find the elbows down. We're going to come up on the next inhale, wait for that inhale, and start to walk your hands back as your body comes upright. Let's ground the feet. So we're taking the feet hip distance apart and place a hand on each knee and sit nice and tall. So pull those knees in close to your wrists. Then take the hands to the backs of your legs and still keeping the feet hip distance apart, lift your feet and let your shins be parallel to the floor. So everything comes together, the thighs towards the belly, towards the ribs. And then straighten out your left leg only and point your left toes. So point that foot, really stretch the top of the foot. Come back to shins parallel to the floor and change legs. So you don't have to force those legs straight. We're just going for this big point in the toes now. Top of the foot stretches. Inner, I'm getting a cramp. Okay, come back to your shins parallel. And then let's just alternate the legs. So just go one leg at a time. Keep the body nice and long. Arms are working strong to hold the legs in. And then let's go both legs together. Still this little gap between the knees and the feet. And then the next time your feet go up, maybe walk your hands to your calves. Maybe for some of you, to your ankles. And get your body and your spine longer. Lift your chin, look at your feet, and point them again. So there's a lengthening in the throat. Stretch the top of those feet. Keep working the body close to the legs. Keep the head slightly lifted, chin up. Stay here. Relax your shoulders. Okay, good. Let's release that and ground your feet again and interlace your fingers and just pull your knees with your elbows in towards your body and actively relax your hip flexors. So we're going to stand up from here. This is a good time to take your socks off and your warm clothes. And I'll meet you in a forward bend. Feet will be hip distance apart. So it doesn't matter where you are on your mat. You can find yourself coming forward and hang down. Start off with soft knees. Hold your elbows unless there's another variation that you like to do in your forward bend. So we've been working on the rolling of the eyeballs in the eye sockets this week. So even though there's quite a lot of pressure in the head, see if you can rotate the eyes around in the eye sockets a few times in each direction. Maybe 3 or 4 times. And then finding yourself preparing to roll up to standing. So let your hands drop down, bend your knees, and take your time. Let this be a nice long one. Paying attention to every part of your back body. And then as you look forwards again, start to roll your shoulders forwards, back, up and down, but one at a time. And I'd like you to place your hands on the sides of your legs so that you've got contact with your legs and your fingers, and roll this out. So it'll start with the shoulders rolling, and then you can get the rib cage involved and move from the waist. And then you'll feel how your hands go more around the legs forwards and back. Okay, and then we're going to bend the knees and add bigger arms. So now we can go fully into this, like a little backstroke motion. And here's where you can really feel the waist and the ribs. Keep the breath nice and easy. Almost adding a little twist in there. Keep the energy in the arms not stiff, but moving through right to your fingertips. So there's this gentle lengthening of the fingers. Roll this out, roll it out. Just have some fun with it. Okay, let's let that go. Let your arms drop. So keep your feet hip distance apart. We're going to add a little back bend and a stretch. So interlace your fingers behind your back and press your palms together and pull your hands away from your buttocks. And then we're going to take this back bend with the tailbone and the sit bones moving back. The knees still point straight ahead, and lift your chest at the same time. So really opening up now. Yeah, as much as you can. So we're not tucking the tailbone under, we're sticking it back. It's a full-on extension of the spine as much as you can get, just not the neck. So look straight ahead. Squeeze those shoulder blades close in together, stick your booty out. And then it's from this posture that you'll find yourself folding forward. Keep the knees bent, drop your head, keep your hands up, moving further up, further forward, and stay. Keep drawing the shoulder blades into the body, up towards your hips, towards the sky. So try not to let the shoulders drop down into the ears. And see how much further you can go with minimal amount of effort. Deepen your breath. Not forcing the legs straight. In fact, a nice easy bend so that you can focus on the upper body. Okay, breathe out and let your hands drop. And we've got another roll up to standing. So bring yourself up. And then this time when you're looking straight ahead, we'll roll the shoulders forward. So again, just alternating, waking up the upper part of the body, and then the hands are on the legs. Keep your arms nice and close to you. And then let's bend the knees. And when you're ready, start to take bigger, bigger, bigger gestures with straighter arms and roll this out, roll it out. There's a lot more freedom if the knees are bent. Move from your waist. Breath is easy. Active arms. Have some fun with it. Notice where your thoughts go. Bring yourself back. Paying attention to your physical body. Slow it down. And then let that all go. And then interlace your fingers in front of your body. Bend your knees. Turn the palms forward. And now we do the complete opposite. Now we're flexing out the spine. Let your head drop, maybe even in line with your arms. Pull the shoulder blades down. Tilt the pubic bone up. And spread your middle back. Really push those hands forward. Try and straighten your arms, waking up your wrists. Breathe here. Pull the abdominals back. Aid the stretch in the kidneys. Feel the broadening of the sacral area from side to side. All right, stand up with your hands above your head. Big breath in. And now stretch out. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Get your legs active. Pull the abdominals back. Move your arms more up, more back. Keep breathing. One more breath. Okay. Release, take the arms out and down to your side. Another forward fold. We'll find us in a downward facing dog. Step forward, step back, however you need to place yourself. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Deepening your breath if you're not already there. So the longer you're in your down dog, when you kind of have forgotten about the intense stretch, maybe for some of you more the shoulders, not so much the legs, maybe the other way around for some of you, try not to think anymore about the stretch. Now bring your awareness to your pubic bone and see if you can relax your stomach so much that it almost starts to suction up towards your spine. It's such a nice feeling if you can get it. It's like a massage from that frontal hip bone to hip bone. And for me, if I let my ribs flare out, I feel it even more so. Feel that out. Now pull your ribs back in and tuck your tailbone a little and feel yourself lengthen more. There's kind of more action and control. And then again, let the belly suck in and up. So it's like you're sticking your sit bones up to get the suction. So good for that lower part of the abdomen, reproductive organs, the colon. All right, let's come onto the hands and the knees. Take child's pose. It's just so divine. Just drop all the way down, heels and bums, and head down. So sometimes we come to a strong class and we have these great expectations, and every class we do similar things and we skip out these juicy, lovely postures that are so good for us. And child's pose, lovely stretch in the back of the hips. All right, we'll come up now. Let's find ourselves on our hands and knees on all fours and bring your knees a little closer to touch. And then your right knee is going to come to your chest. And we're doing 5 circles in each direction. Sorry for those of you who were in class yesterday. We're doing it again. So 5, same leg, 5 in each direction. Try and keep those abdominals lifted away from the floor and your arms strong and straight. As you move, and trusting that you're counting and changing as you are going along. Keep pulling your armpits back towards your hips. And we're trying to avoid moving too far to the left. Okay, so when you've done 10 in total, bring your knee back into your chest ever so slightly, and then take it up to the sky, to the right, and then kick your heel out to the side and hold it. I know for some of you this is more like Delaney's class, but these are muscles we don't often target. Get that foot a little higher. Keep pushing the floor away from you. Get the foot a little higher. You'll be surprised how much higher you go. Yeah, a little higher. Squeeze the right buttock. One more breath. And then take the leg all the way back. So now your hips are square. Lift your abdominals. And put your right toes on the floor. Straight right leg. Lift your left knee up into your chest. Look down and back to your left knee. And point your left toes like you did earlier. Stay. So the longer you're here, the more you'll feel how the abdominals go up towards the spine. The more you push down with your hands. Okay, bring your left knee down, bring your right knee down. Child's pose again. Pause, it's just a recovery. One breath in and out. And then come back onto your hands and knees. So please remember, at any time if you need to shake out your hands, your wrist takes strain, you know you can add whatever you need. Let's go straight into the left side. Left knee comes in. 5 circles in each direction. So try not to just swing the leg around. Feel that you're giving it everything. Keep counting. Meticulously moving your body. Full focus on what you're doing. And then the knee comes into the chest, a little pause. Then take it out to the left. Kick that heel out to the left. Leg is nice and high. Stay. Squeeze behind your left buttock. Lift the leg a little higher. So you want to try and get into that left inner thigh. Lift it higher. There's shaking going on. It's fine because I'm also shaking. Lift it a little more up. We're almost there. Up again. And then swing it all the way back. Rotate that hip. Lengthen out your left leg. And then let the toes find the floor. Left knee comes into the chest. Hold it here. Tuck your chin in. Point your right toes. Pull your armpits back. You can drop your hips as much as you want. Stay. Strong pushing down action. Separate the shoulder blades. Stay. Okay. Right knee down. Left knee down. Separate your knees nice and wide. And take child's pose with your hands back. Palms face up. Drop your head. And really allow those shoulders just to dump down over the legs. Go maybe a little wider with the knees than what you're used to doing. Hips are nice and warm now. Deep breath. One more breath. Start to bring your hands forward. Let's find Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Looking back at your feet, raise your right leg straight up for a three-legged dog. Come up nice and high onto your tippy toes and move your shoulders back. So your right leg stays up and your hips are nice and level. Keep wrapping your inner upper arm up to the ceiling and your outer upper arm down. So that's the biceps up and triceps down. Get your right leg higher. And then step that right foot just in front of the left foot and take your left leg up. Keep your right heel off the floor. Keep your left leg high and straight. Shoulders are still moving towards the right leg. So we're kind of somewhere in between a standing split press and a one-legged down dog. Get your left leg higher, squeeze behind the left buttock. Okay, step that foot just in front of the right foot. So we're going to make our way forward, leg by leg, scissor action by scissor action. And you can decide if you want to drop your standing heel. You might even bend your standing leg. Enjoy each stretch. Feel how it changes. One more. And then bring 2 feet together. Find a half lift, lengthen your spine. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Stay. One more breath here. We're going to take a seat in Utkatasana. So bend your knees. Scoop the arms forward. Start to tuck the tailbone a little as you raise your arms in line with your ears. And then look down and see that your weight is in your heels. And then we're going to sit down until we find Navasana. So bring yourself to a seat. Take the feet up. You can decide how high you want to go. And we're holding for 1. We're actually holding for 10. 2. Try not to lean back. 3. So remember, you can have your shins parallel. 4. 5. You're already halfway. If your back's taking strain, hold the backs of your legs. What's that? 7. Keep lengthening your body. 8. In this lovely V shape. 9. Nice work. 10. Lay all the way down. Pull your knees into your chest. Big breath in. And out. All right. Take your hands across your body. So it's like you're crossing your wrist to place your hands in front on the front of your shoulders. So you're crossing your forearms. You've got your hands gripping your shoulders. Start to rock your knees to your right and try not to touch the floor. And then come back to center and go left. And come back center and go right. See if you can work out. Keep going from side to side. What needs to happen? For me, the knees have to go a little more above my hips rather than towards the opposite shoulder. Try to keep your knees together all the time. And they're not finding the floor. They're just, what do you call it in Pilates? Tick-tock from side to side. Explore that. I've got one side that cooperates and one side not so much. Okay, we're over that. Let's come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest with your hands. And we're going to roll up to downward facing dog. So cross your ankles, bring yourself up, and find your Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Look back at your feet and take them nice and wide on your mat, at least as wide as your shoulders, and maybe a little closer to your hands so that the heels can ground. And then your left hand will find the outside of the right calf or the right ankle, and you're keeping both arms straight. Grip your fingerprints down into the floor and look under your right armpit. And send those sit bones high up into the floor. Come back, both hands, and change sides. So use that hand on the left leg, the right hand, to help you to twist. Keep pushing fingerprints down, looking under your left armpit. And then bring your self back to full down dog. And now take your feet as wide as your mat. And if your hands aren't already as wide as your mat, and give yourself this big, fat, wide down dog. Keep wrapping those upper arms. And maybe some of you even lift your toes off the floor as your heels go down. And then come back to your normal placing of your hands and your feet. And then we're coming forward, step or jump or float, feet to the front, to a halfway lift. Breathe out to fold all the way down to Uttanasana, and then stand up. Take the arms up to high mountain, stretch it out, and then take them out to the side. We're going reverse Namaskar. It may be that you keep your hands in fists behind your back, or you might take your hands to prayer, or you might hold your forearms. Let's go. Right leg goes back. Check your placing of your feet. Feet are on two parallel tracks. Left hip moves back. So we're going to add a little back bend here. Let your tailbone move straight down, so you'll feel the stretch in the front of the right side. Then open your collarbones as you lean up and back. There should be no compression in the lower back. You should just feel your upper body stretching up and back. Try not to throw your head back. And then come up. We're going forward. And we're stopping with the body parallel to the floor. So adjust your hips. If your left hip needs more moving back, please do that. And now look at your front foot. And the action of the foot without moving it is to push it forward and your back foot back. So they're splitting your mat. And now move down further. Get long with your body as you go further down. Don't lose that action of the front foot strongly pushing forward and the back foot strongly pushing back. So this is quite hectic. It's in quite a strong posture. Resist the temptation to say, okay, bugger it, I'm going to go get a glass of wine. Stay. Keep pushing those feet apart. It feels really good when you do that in the knees, and it wakes up the hamstrings. Stay a little longer. One more breath here. Active, active legs. Okay, bend your front knees to stand up. Turn to the right side of your mat and get nice and wide with your legs, parallel feet. Release your arms out to the side. And the relief of a wide-legged forward bend, let's go all the way down. Hands can find the floor, or they can go to the backs of your legs and rub anywhere that needs a little bit of TLC. Feeling out the backs of the legs, the inside of the legs, maybe with your hands. Maybe around the hips, giving it some rubbing, taking the heat from your own hands into your legs. And then settle down with your hands eventually on the floor. Don't be afraid to go wide with your feet, but make sure you can maintain and you've got control in the stance. And then look at the heels of your palms and bring them in line with your heels of your feet. Draw the shoulders up, the crown of the head moves down, and the weight is more forwards on the balls of the feet than back on your heels. And now we're going to get active with the legs again. So can you push your feet apart like you want to still split the mat? You'll feel the action starts in the hips. It makes this posture really strong rather than just hanging out in the flexibility. You'll really feel the hips fire up, the upper thighs. Last breath here. Okay, come up halfway. Hands are under the shoulders on the floor. Turn to the front of your mat, low lunge. You're on your fingertips. Drop your back knee and bring your arms up. Keep your back toes curled under. Interlace the hands behind the head. So if you're worried about your lower back, don't go too far forwards with the hips. But if you're going to explore it, let yourself come into your flexibility. Now make sure you can see your elbows in your peripheral vision and start to lean your head into your hands up and back. You're going over this gigantic barrel up and back in small movements. Explore this. Let the chin lift. You've got control of your head by lifting with your thumbs in that occipital ridge at the base of the skull, so you can lift your head away from the neck vertebra and not crunch your vertebrae. Keep going. Get a little longer, more up, more back. Okay, bring yourselves up to neutral. Raise your hands to the floor. Step back to high plank, to chaturanga, to upward dog. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. One breath here. And then make your way to the front of the mat. It's a step or a jump or a walk. Do a half lift. Do a forward fold. Deepen your fold, tuck your chin in, stand all the way up, raise your arms, high mountain. And then we've got the other side. So find your variation of your arms behind your back. Left leg steps back. Parsvottanasana, check your alignment of your feet. Tailbone down. Prepare for your little lift of the chest. And then we're coming forward. Stop halfway down. Check that your left hip comes forward, right hip back. Split your feet. Push your front foot forward. Go down further. Back foot push, squeezes back. A little further, longer. Active legs. Watch that you don't favor one leg. Strong actions in both equal. You'll see that the thighs are working when you do that and the kneecaps lift. Give this some time. Don't force the front leg straight. Stay a little longer. Some of you may lay fully on that front leg. Keep the legs active. Keep those elbows going out to the side and up. Good job for staying with me. Good job. Let's bend the front leg, slow it down, come up. And we're going to turn to the left side of the mat. Oh, another nice big wide forward bend. Prepare with the arms out to the side. Slide your hands down the backs of the legs all the way to hold your ankles. Drop your head, bend your elbows, and stay. Keep those shoulders lifted. Keep the action of the feet pushing away from each other. Stay with it. Okay, we're going to add a little twist. So I'm going to turn around to face you. Bring your left hand onto the floor underneath your heart, and your right arm's going to twist up to the ceiling. So let your whole body go. You'll feel your left hip drop and your right hip go up. Once you've got your twist, let's pay attention to the neck. So can you look down to your left hand and tuck your chin in towards your collarbone, and then trace the chin up the collarbone as far as you want. You may stop anywhere that it feels uncomfortable, but you might go right up to look at your top fingers. Then start to adjust your left hip away from your right hip. And the more you push the hand down into the floor, the deeper your twist. Okay, let's come down. Change side. Left arm goes up. Just let it happen with the hips. Look down to your right hand. A little tucking of the chin, and then it traces the collarbone, and you look up. So every time you look up to your top hand, try not to let your chin move as far away from the collarbone. You want to keep your neck safe. And then try and lift your right hip away from your left. It's a lot going on. But funnily enough, the longer you're here, the easier it gets, or the more the body opens. Keep pushing that bottom hand down to get your left arm up. Okay, come down. Just hang out here for a little bit. Take your head from side to side. Then nod it up and down. Let your shoulders drop down to the floor. Kind of let everything go. And then come up halfway. Turn to your front leg. To lunge. You're on your fingertips. And then drop your back knee. We're interlacing the fingers the non-habitual way behind the head. You should have your right leg in front, I think. Anyway, as long as it's a different leg. Okay, let's lean into it. Go into your flexibility. So the back toes tuck under. That keeps your hips nice and level. All right, let's lean up and back like you're going to lean over a barrel. Remember the lengthening of the neck. Go in small movements. If it's taking your breath away, you've gone too far. So what did I read? You should be able to talk, but not sing a song. Keep going up and back. Up and back. Don't go into pain. Don't overdo it. Okay, pull the abdominals back to the spine. Release your hands up. Hands to the floor. You've got a vinyasa. Let's take it back. To find Halakasana, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to make our way forward. Feet to the front, jump, walk, step, half lift, forward fold, stand up to high mountain, take your arms out to the sides, take your gesture behind your body. So we're going to move through that flow, but we won't hold stuff, and we're going to add some stuff in. Right leg back, Parsvottanasana. Prepare, inhale, lift, exhale, fold, control it all the way down. Bend your front leg, stand up. Turn to your right side of your mat. Nice wide preparation for your forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, take it down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn to your front leg to lunge. Drop your back knee. Raise your arms up. Interlace your fingers behind your head and lean up and back. Come back, arms up, hands to the floor. Three-legged dog, left leg goes all the way back. Look back at your right heel and hook your left big toe and your second toe around your Achilles tendon. Walk your hands a little further forward. We're going to find a plank just like that. We're going to find chaturanga like that and your up dog. Three-legged dog again. Walk that foot back. Step your left foot between your hands. Keep your back knee off the floor. Raise your arms, high crescent lunge. We're going to add a little twist here. Hands in the heart space. Lean forward. Hook your right elbow over your left knee. If you need to drop your back knee, please do. Look over to your left. So if you want to add a bind, take your left arm behind you. Maybe you find your fingers of your right hand, crossing the left knee. Remember that back leg has to be strong. Keep expanding your belly into your front leg, but there's a little lift of your ribs up off your knee, ever so slightly. Sorry, off your thigh. Okay, we're coming out of this. Bring your hands to the floor. Step your right leg forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Stay for 2 breaths. We're standing up, high mountain, breathe in, raise your arms. Take your arms out and behind your body. Other side, Parsvottanasana. Left leg back, inhale. Prepare, exhale to fold, down. Split those legs, push your feet forwards and back. Bend your front knee, stand up. Turn to the side of your mat, wide-legged forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We're taking Skandasana to the right. Turn the right toes out, bend your right knee. So this is the first turn out we're doing. So take your time. You might keep your hips up. You might drop them down. Let's go to the other side. Be super mindful. Once more to the right, and perhaps you keep your arms off the floor. Maybe they're up in line with your ears. Go over to the other side. Maybe you don't use your hands, but please do if you feel like you need to. And then bring your hands to the floor to make your way forward to lunge. Drop your back knee. Raise your arms up. Inhale. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Your exhale is your back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Hands to the floor. Three-legged dog. Right leg goes up. This is where you hook your big toe and your second toe behind your heel, Achilles tendon. Take your hands forward. High plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog. Step your left foot forward. The back knee stays off the floor. Raise your arms, high crescent lunge. And then we're adding a twist. Hands come into the heart, lean forward, twisting to your right. You're going to add your bind. Your right arm will go behind you. Some of you might be able to drop your hips just a little bit more. That's it, Molly. That's it. Keep twisting. All right. Release your hands to the floor. Step back to down dog. And we have another child's pose. Knees wide, feet together. Drop everything down to the floor. Release those bigger leg muscles. Let your shoulders be heavy. Okay, so we're going to come forward into a dolphin. So bring yourself onto your forearms and interlace your fingers. Please check your elbows are in line with your shoulders. The head will not be on the floor. So when you tuck your toes and lift your knees, look back at your feet, but your head is not resting on anything. You walk your feet in a little closer. And then bend your right knee, take the knee out to your right, and straighten out that right leg. Kick it up, just like you did on your knees. Go higher. You're going to shake it out, that's fine. Let the shaking happen. Lift it higher. Strong pushing down with your elbows. I'm glad I don't have to sing you a song. Lift it higher. Okay, good. Bring it down. If you need to rest, take child's pose, please. Let's go other side. Dolphin. Bend your left knee and take it out to the left and straighten out that leg. Get it higher. Check that your neck is not too tense. One more breath, go higher. Maybe it disappears out of your vision. It's so high. Okay, let's come down and sit back on your heels and look straight ahead and close your eyes. Let your arms just dangle next to your side. and then start to nod the chin up and down. Nice and small movements. Up, down, up, down. And then go side to side, left to right, left to right. And then come back to center and open your eyes. Okay, we've got one last flow to go. It's a nice flow, it's all familiar stuff, and then we'll lie on our backs and rest. Give us another last 3 or 4 minutes of flow. Okay, let's go for it. Completely new flow. Let go of where you've been. Downward facing dog. We're just going to loosen up the hips a little. Downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, right leg goes up. Bring your knee to your chest, travel forward. Right leg goes up. As high as you can get it. Bring your knee to your right shoulder. Take it back. Right leg goes up. Step your foot forwards between your hands. Raise your right arm. Twist to your right. Simple twist. Good. Bring your hand down. Three-legged dog. Cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Put your feet on the floor. And we're in a side plank on the right hand. You're on the blade of your right foot. Your left hand is nice, your left foot is flat. Bring your arm up and over your ear and stretch the whole side body. Tuck your tailbone, pull the right shoulder back. Squeeze your legs together. Bring it down, three-legged dog. Same leg, knee to the right shoulder. Those of you who want to take your full balance, you can lie down on your left elbow. Some of you might just take your right leg straight. Those of you going full, lift your back leg. Come back to three-legged dog. 2 feet together, down dog. Left leg up. Knee to the nose. Take it back. To the left shoulder. Take it back. Set the right foot between your hands. Simple twist, left arm goes up. Bring it back, three-legged dog, left leg goes back. Cross your left ankle in front of your right, both feet are on the floor. Side plank on your left hand, swivel round. You're on the blade of your left foot. The whole of the right foot is grounded. So this is just about opening the whole of the side body. Let your arm come over your ear and stretch, stretch, stretch. Straight legs, strong legs, we're almost there. Three-legged dog. And then our last little push on the balance. Left knee, left shoulder. You're going to go for your balance. Take your full lift. Three-legged dog. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Take your hands to your feet, palms face up. Drop your head. Let everything drop down. Hear your breath. Bring yourselves up once again to sit on your heels. Let the backs of the hands settle on your thighs. Palms face up. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Just like you did in the beginning of the class. From the shoulder, the upper arm, the forearm, into the fingertips. Relax the arm. Let your sit bones sink into your feet. But lengthen the spine from the tailbone. Internally lengthening right up to the crown of the head. Focusing on your breath. With the eyes closed, Lift your hands at your legs, make fists with your hands, and start to rotate your hands around your wrists. Change direction. Interlace your fingers now and do something similar where you're just moving your hands very informally around your wrists. Like in a figure of 8, it feels like to me. Change direction. Okay, open your eyes and you can shake out your hands, take them up and down, side to side. Okay, shoot your fingers out a few times. And let's come to the floor. Let's come and lie down on the back. So as you make your way down, get a little lazier and a little sleepier. Come down, come down. Bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers around your knees. Straighten your left leg down. Another little wrist release. Straighten your arms. Lift your head and shoulders off the floor. Look straight ahead and feel your wrists stretch out. Gently pull the abdominals down. Feel a nice stretch along the top of the shoulders. Lay down. Pull the knee back into the chest. Change legs. Start to straighten your arms. Lift your chest, shoulders, your head. Hanging off that left shin. Right leg is still active. Lay down, slow it down. Bring both your feet flat on to the mat, as wide as you can get them, apart. Turn the toes in, let the inner thighs drop towards each other. Stack your elbows on your chest, constructive relaxation. Let your hands dangle down by your shoulders. If this feels like you can't breathe, change your arms. You can always place your arms down next to you with your hands on your belly. So finding a posture where you feel like you are holding yourself. Where your back has a chance to relax. Where your hips can relax. And then take the awareness to the crown of the head and massage your body with your awareness as you go all the way down, softening your neck, your shoulders, your chest and your ribs, the stomach, the back, the buns and the hips. And then start to slide your feet forward so that the legs straighten on the mat. And keep relaxing the thighs, the knees, the calves, all the way down to the toes. Now check your facial features are soft. The jaw is relaxed. Eyebrows, forehead, the cheeks, the corners of the mouth. And let your awareness now settle in your breath. Fully present. Allowing the body to be still, to integrate the practice. Thoughts will come, invite them in, and then allow them to pass. Sue Cooper quotes today, Allow your thoughts to come and don't invite them for tea though. Let them go. You're going to start to think about moving. So let's have a full body stretch, bringing the legs to touch, taking the arms over the head and stretch everything out. And then draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a last little squeeze here, maybe rock from side to side. And then we'll all meet up in the seat. Eyes are closed. Feeling grounded once again, back in your earth seat. Connecting down to Mother Earth and Grandmother Earth. Please bring your hands together now in front of your heart space and bow your head forward. Stay with your breath. Stay with your inward attention. Focus. May you be well and at ease. And may you be peaceful and calm. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Thanks for joining. Just a